Let's get some analysis now with Haytham Faraj, who's a lawyer and retired Marine Corps officer who joins us now from Los Angeles. Really good to have you back with us, Haytham. This latest escalation in hostilities between Lebanon and between Israel and Hezbollah, rather, is something that a lot of analysts have feared since October the 7th. We are now awaiting a response from Hezbollah. Some fear it may be an attack on Tel Aviv itself. What are your views on this matter? Do you think things might escalate after this attack on Beirut?
Well, first, thank you for having me, and it's nice to be back with you again. I think that a Hezbollah response is imminent. It will not be on Tel Aviv. If it is on Tel Aviv, I think it'll be a military target, a high-level military target. But I don't think they need to go as far as Tel Aviv. The Israelis, if you notice, have coached their attack as one targeting a military person, Fuad Shukr. And what they're signaling is we're still working within the lines of containment or deterrence. Hezbollah will respond, but Hezbollah will not be out to start a full-out or full-scale war. If they wanted to do that, they could have. What Israel has tried to do with this latest attack is to try and pull Hezbollah into a greater confrontation that would pull in the United States. And I've said this from the beginning, but they're going to be unsuccessful. Hezbollah has shown themselves to be master strategists. They will respond. They have to, because they can't allow this to go without a response. But I believe their response will be precise, will be well thought out, and will most certainly be a high-value military target.
Okay, and Haytham, we know that in recent weeks, as far back as June even, the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu had threatened that it could open another front in its war on Gaza, namely Lebanon and Hezbollah. Why do you think it has been posturing as such, given that a lot of its defense resources are now currently occupied in Gaza? Why would Netanyahu be threatening a war with Hezbollah?
Well, Netanyahu's in trouble. I mean, he has to keep his coalition together, and he has to assuage the right-wing fanatics that he has pulled into his coalition. And so I think he understands that a war with Hezbollah on the northern front would be devastating to the Israelis. All you have to do is take a look at Gaza. Here we are 10 months later, a tiny parcel of land that's flat, that's completely surrounded, and they've yet to achieve a meaningful strategic objective, unless the strategic objective is to create misery and kill civilians. And so a war with Lebanon would be devastating, but a war with Lebanon also opens up a bigger front with Yemen, likely to bring in greater targeting from Iraq, perhaps Syria. We've heard President Erdogan in the last couple of days come out firmly with statements that Israel's conduct will not be acceptable, and Israel throwing back threats, liking him to Saddam Hussein, which I find fascinating. I mean, Israel is in trouble. And so in order for Netanyahu to keep his coalition together, he has to posture. He has to appear as if he's strong. But in effect, he's weak. He has no strategy, and he has to be very cautious in how he advances against Hezbollah, because although he wants to have a greater confrontation with Hezbollah that hopefully draws in the Americans, he does not want an all-out war. I think he knows that, and I think we know that. And so this is also going to fail. The suggestion that he's responding due to the killing of 12 children in Majdal Shams, which is occupied territory. They are not Israelis. They don't want to be under Israeli sovereignty. They're literally political prisoners in Israeli jails who are Druze from Majdal Shams. And they've killed Druze from Majdal Shams during the occupation and the many years of occupation. It's absurd that this is the justification, but they needed something, and this is not going to do it. And so, and the short answer to your question is, Netanyahu has to assuage his coalition partners, and he has to continue to fire up his American supporters. The theater you saw in Congress here a few days ago, because that sells tickets, and so that's what you have in Netanyahu.
Okay, Haytham Faraj, we'll have to leave it there, but thanks as always for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.